Panasonic, the heart of your system.
Hello, Briony here from Kit Guru, and I'm here with some Wooting keyboards beside me. I took a look at one of these keyboards, the original one, earlier on. Oh, it's last year now, and they've got the Wooting 2 here on display. So this is the production model. It's ready to go. It's available to buy now for around $150 or £145. And the Wooting, when I took a look at it, the original design, it's got this analog switch design. So it basically means that it's pressure sensitive. So when you go to press down on a key, it sort of registers how hard you're pressing down on the key. And then obviously that affects in-game. So I tested it out with Rocket League and it worked really well with that because it's a game I like to play with a controller. But you do get the sort of analog control with the keyboard and you don't have to use a controller, and it will also work with other games and things as well. But the Wooting 2, they've now brought it out, so it's a full-size keyboard. You get the numpad on there. I think a few people were sort of asking for it, and Wooting took the feedback on board and they brought out the Wooting 2 that comes with a numpad, and then it's also got the 3 profile switches across the top, so you can switch to the 3 analog profiles, or you can switch back to the keyboard mode as well. And they've been working quite hard on their software also, so they are sort of like a Kickstarter companies. I think they do work quite closely with the people that back them and people that are fans of their products and things. So the new software is up on screen. They've got this new thing called Tachyon, so that basically improves the speed that the keys are going to register. So they check for a key press every 1 millisecond, which is something you won't find on a lot of gaming keyboards. So if input speed's really important to you, like most gamers, then the Tachyon mode is something really cool. Doesn't work with the fancy RGB lighting. The keys light up, but you can't have the effects and things because it's slightly more demanding. But I thought that was quite a decent new feature. Okay, I'm here with Calder, who is developing the Wooting software, and he's going to sort of explain to me about the DKS binding, because I've kind of got my head around it, but you'll definitely explain it a lot better than I can. It's slightly complex, but it provides a lot of more customization, so it works with games like Fortnite and things. So yeah, I'll hand.
All right. So the concept of DKS is a little bit complicated to understand the first time, but it's very simple. The key is analog. Means that you can have a whole range of inputs. So what we do is we have 4 points in your keystroke where you can have an action happening. Now I have an example here where I have 4 keys, 4 actions defined. And in this case it's almost Guru. It's Gura now. So I can define when do these keys need to activate during the keystroke. So here you can see that on the first point it needs to activate G, on the second point it needs to activate U, and on the third point it needs to activate R. And then also when the key goes back up, I can decide, it needs to turn off all these keys, or I can make it activate again. And that's the basic concept of DKS, where you can have multiple actions on a single stroke and define what you want. We did an example of this on our Kickstarter also, if you're a Fortnite player, where you can have a gun in your hand first, you switch to your building, you build, you can stop building in between, continue building, and then when you release the key, it will swap back to your weapon again, so you can instantly continue going forward. And that can be just on a single keystroke, instead of having like it laid out over 4 different keys. And that is the idea behind DKS, and you can use it in different ways in different games. You're not limited to a game because it's not depending on the game.
Okay, so the Wooting software is definitely being updated all the time. There's a lot of good features on that. So thank you to Colton for explaining that to me, because I couldn't quite get my head around the DKS. But the Wooting 2, so it's out, it's available now. It's the sort of updated version, the full-size version of the original Wooting 1 that I took a look at. I really like the analog technology behind this. I think it is something that's really new to the peripheral market. I think it is refreshing that it's not just a copy and paste of things that are already out there. And I did ask as well, what's the difference between their keyboards and something like the aimpad technology that Cooler Master have, and they just said that obviously it works with the whole keyboard. You're not just limited to the 8 keys. They also said they're their own company, so There's not going to be any conflicts between their product and the software, because peripheral software that doesn't work really gets on my nerves. So I'm quite relieved to hear that, basically. But I think if you're looking for a keyboard that is a little bit different and you're sort of looking at analog technology and think it is quite cool, then I think Wooting 2 is definitely one to take a look at. It's obviously not a big name brand, but I think they have worked really hard on this, and I do like it for sure. So thank you very much for watching. If you like this video from Kit Guru, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more from Kit Guru, make sure to hit the subscribe button.